What's up, people? Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 here, and welcome to a new update video for you guys. I severely apologize for the long delay, but after pretty much being away for a month, I am now back full-time. So, without further ado, let's get this update underway. So, first things first, an update on the PayPal tip jar. There is now a link in the upper right hand side of my YouTube page for the tip jar. So now if you need to put a tip into the tip jar, the tip jar will be right there on the front of my YouTube page. So it's there for pretty much easy access now. It took a little bit for me to get it set up, but it's now set up to how I want it. So that makes me very happy to know that the tip jar is pretty much on the front and center on the upper right corner of my YouTube page. So now, if you need to support my channel or support me financially, you can put a tip in the tip jar just by clicking on my channel, and you'll just see it on the upper right hand corner. It's right there. Next up, update on Open Chats. After having a discussion here and there with some people, getting some advice and stuff, I have come to a final decision on how I'm going to do the Open Chats. I think it's going to be very simple. It's going to be a bit privacy oriented for the method I'm going to use, but I think it's going to be very unique for how I want to do this. So this is how the process for an open chat's going to happen. Basically, once the open chat is started up, in the in the live stream description is going to be my email. The email that will be in the description is for open chat purposes only. Nothing more, nothing less. It's only going to serve as pretty much a middleman like type of deal, to where you can request the open chat link through email, and that's how I'll be able to send the link to you. So it's pretty much that simple. That's how it's going to work. I'm not gonna say what email is going to be the email I'm going to be using for the transport of the open chat link. I'm going to leave that up to me personally. Because this is a privacy and security focused thing, and I gotta decide which email service is going to benefit not just me, but benefit the other person in terms of getting the open chat link safely and privately. So that's what I gotta make a decision on. But either way, once the email is put into the description in the live stream, you just click on that. You just basically just compose an email to that email address. I'll get your open chat request. I'll reply to you with the link, and that's how you'll get in. It's basically that simple. As for the service that I want to use for the open chat specifically, that is the hard part, because there's so many good services out there. I can use Jitsi, I can use Google Meet, Hangouts is an option. Well, not anymore, because I found out not long ago that Google Hangouts is not doing video calls anymore, since now the video call function has to go through Google Meets. So that's just how it works. So that's not an option. So basically, I have basically three options, essentially. I have StreamYard, Jitsi, Google Meets, because I don't have enough money for Zoom. I can't afford a Zoom subscription. That's not eh, that's not the thing I want to go for anyway. Since I know for a fact Zoom has had some privacy and security problems throughout 2020, and I'm not taking any chances with Zoom. So I think the one that I'm going to mainly most likely go for in terms of making sure and it's an easy interface to get used to. It's not complicated. We're just going to use Google Meet since it's going to be the easiest way to do it. But the biggest problem with Google Meet, though, is I looked at Google Meet not long ago, and it seemed to not have a live stream function. So I think basically because of that, I think I won't go for it. I think I'm gonna go for Jitsi instead, since I know Jitsi for a fact does have a live streaming function. So I think that's what I'm gonna go for. Since I know Jitsi very well, it's false software, it's very privacy oriented for a privacy activist like myself. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have the service be Jitsi, and that's just pretty much all there is to it. So essentially, sorry if you hear my dog barking, he's barking at another dog. But anyway, basically that's how the system is going to work. Basically, I'll reiterate the system one more time. Once the open chat has begun, a email will be put, an email address will be put into the description. You send your request to get the open chat link to that email. Once your request has been submitted, once your request is successfully sent to me, I'll reply back with the email with the link to the open chat, and that's just how it's gonna work. As for timing of the open chats, that's gonna vary. That's going to completely vary because of my busy schedule. So yeah, I gotta work that out too. So expect pretty much more updates about the status open chats to come well into the end of the year. Well into the end of the year. Because this is going to be a process that I'm going to have to work on. So just keep your eyes and ears out for that. Okay? So basically that's how open chats are going to work. So we got that out of the way. Next part that I want to take care of is the support that I got for when I was very sick for COVID-19. I want to say to each and every one of you, thank you so much for sending your prayers for me while I was sick. It was, in my opinion, one of the scariest things I ever had to go through because I was just so severely sick for literally 2 weeks straight. And I nearly ended up in the hospital. So it took me a while, but I'm fully negative now. I'm better. I mean, I'm wearing my mask out wherever I go. I never leave the house without it. But I'm just letting you all know I'm better now. I'm fine. And hopefully things get better from this point forward. I hope. Let's just pray. But no, everything's good now. Everything's gonna be fine. But I seriously, from the bottom of my heart, want to say thank you. Thank you so much for the prayers, for just making sure that I'm still here to be with you guys. Thank you very much. much. But other than that, I just have to say that the support, the prayers, overwhelming. Just knowing that you guys care so much about me and my health, it means the world to me, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for checking up on me. Thank you for pretty much reminding me that even though I'm sick, I have to take care of myself. So thank you. But other than that, I have a few other topics that we need to discuss. So, another thing. The two announcements that I've been hinting at for quite some time now. January 2021, sorry, is when I'm going to announce the first of two new shows that are going to go alongside the Linux Report and the Tech Report. Now, I'm not going to give out any details to what this is, but I'm just letting you know that I have a few ideas floating around and I would like some advice. Two ideas in particular. So, this is how it's going to go. Do you all want a show where I interview various Linux YouTubers? Or do you all want a show to where I pretty much cover different histories of Linux, or basically open source in general? So, those are the two ideas that I have floating around. Tell me what you guys think. Speaking of histories, episode 2 of history of the history of Linux. I've been waiting for when I'm healed. The episode will be debuting this Thursday, and it's all about the Linux kernel. So the history of Linux, episode 2, the Linux kernel, this Thursday, right after the Tech Report. So keep your eye out for that. It's going to be a very good show. I guarantee it. The second announcement, which is for May. Now, I have not decided how that one's going to go yet. But before I do, a little bit of history about my channel in the process. Now, most of you know that currently these days I do computers, tech, and Yu-Gi-Oh content, mainly. But before computers and tech, I was mainly doing Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I'm formerly a Let's Player. Yes, I used to do Let's Plays on the channel. So, I've had this idea, going around in my head for a very long time, that, why not multitask your channel by doing computer tech related content in one bundle, Yu-Gi-Oh in its own bundle, and maybe doing Let's Playing in the other. It's an idea that I've had going around for a little bit. I don't know if I want to come out of retirement and do Let's Plays again. I mean, I used to love the heck out of it, but back then, my equipment was in the shitter. It was bad. But the equipment I have now is perfect. It's up to date. I can literally basically LP any old school game you can think of. At most, any old school game. Depends on if my hardware can support it. So it's just an idea for now. I don't know if anything's gonna come out of it, but if just give me some tips or advice on what you think. I would love your feedback if necessary. But other than that, and I know I say other than that a lot, it's a repetitive thing with my autism. I apologize. No, but yeah, I mean, for the May show, it's up in the air. I just don't know what I want it to be yet. I have 2 ideas for the first one, but the second one I don't. So, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, basically, as for other things that I wanted to update you all on, now, many of you know that there's this little game that's been going around for over 10 years called Minecraft. Well, I've been thinking for a little while now, and I'm just letting you all know that I do have my own Minecraft server. I do. But it's a very, very private Minecraft server. Very private. I don't talk about it very much. I don't really discuss it very often except with friends privately. But, basically, if you all want to know more about it, I may do a video on it in the near future, so keep an eye out for that, I guess. But anywho, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to update on. I thank you all so much for sticking by my side. Thank you so much for everything that you guys have done for me. I feel better than I have for a long time now. Mentally, physically, spiritually. I can honestly say, people, that I'm back. And this time, I'm going to try hard, no matter what negativity comes my way, to give you guys the best that I can be each and every week. And that is a promise. So, I just want to say, once again, thank you so much for 202 subscribers. Let's keep that subscriber count going up, people. We're on the road to 300. Let's make it happen. But until then, people, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 saying, see you later.